Hello guys and welcome to SteveKnows. Today I want to show you some comparisons for some Quest 1 titles against some Quest 2 titles. So I played the same games on both headsets, recorded the footage and comparing them side by side so you guys can check out what the differences are. Some games have implemented actual changes for the Quest 2, and in those titles you're going to see even more graphical improvements. For those that have not, there still are some improvements such as the foveated rendering and less blurry textures, which you will see very shortly. So I've chosen 6 games to compare, all different titles for different reasons, such as Beat Saber for the most common title that we're going to play, Arizona Sunshine because it was such a bad downgrade port. Are we going to see differences in the new game? Games that were released originally on the Quest 1 as like a launch title to see what the differences could be there. And don't miss out on the Oculus Quest 2 giveaway. I have a link down below, so please subscribe to the channel and follow that link on how to enter. So let's check out these games. Let's get started. So starting with Beat Saber, one of the most popular games on the system and virtual reality as a whole, a great starting point for newcomers who want to get into virtual reality, and it easily gets you hooked. So is this going to deliver a better experience on the Quest 2? Well, I'm confident this will get 90Hz since Oculus do own Beat Games once that becomes available, but for now it's running at 72. So on Quest 1 this suffers from foveated rendering. As you can see in the corners, the image gets very pixelated. If you pause the video, it may give you a clearer view. In the Quest 2, you don't see this heavy foveated rendering as much. And also, when you slice the blocks, it seems to me that the sparks are even more defined on the Quest 2. That could just be me seeing things. Let me know your thoughts. And also, looking at the multiplier, it looks much more defined on the Quest 2, and the same goes with the lasers in the background and the environment. Until You Fall, a new title out on the Oculus Quest, a game with intense colour, and the port to the Quest looks fantastic, so I thought it would be a great choice for this video. Again, foveated rendering is not as intense on the Quest 2. If you look at the blade, when it's being held up, it looks like the handle is much smoother on Quest 2 than it is on Quest 1. The textures also in the background, such as the rocks, look more defined. In Quest 1, it looks like they've been smeared with a blur tool. The character also looks pretty great on both, but the armor textures look much better on Quest 2, again less blurry. But a lot of the environment and the characters are actually the same. These are all quite small things that in game you don't really notice much as you're not paying attention. I think this game looks solid on both systems, an epic title. Echo Arena, a free game that many of you will likely download and play on your new headsets. It can be very unstable in my experience on Quest 1, so how does it handle on Quest 2? Well, first, it runs amazing on Quest 2. When I jumped back into my Quest 1, it just felt choppy and it was a noticeable downgrade. But here in the visuals from the recording, these problems I was experiencing is much less noticeable. There's heavy foveated rendering though in Quest 1 if you look around the edges. And for myself, that's kind of the only visual difference. It's very minimal, but the stability in my opinion was much better on Quest 2. Let me know if you notice any more differences. Drop Dead Dual Strike. This is a game that was released way back on Quest 1 when that launched, so I chose this title as it's less likely to be seeing a ton of optimizations since the game is kind of old at this point, and I would hope it potentially highlights the differences more clearly. So the intro sequence, wow, especially in the headset, the Quest 2 is giving new life with its higher resolution for sure. There's way less foveated rendering and more defined textures that look less blurry. You'll see when we start the levels that some of the textures are very blurred on Quest 1 and very clear in Quest 2, such as the walls and the floor, so please check those out.
Nice headshot. That'll finish him quick.
Z's dead ahead. Ugh, no pun intended.
So Arizona Sunshine, in this game, if you ignore the resolution boost on the Oculus Quest due to its new screen, I didn't really notice anything different about these games. Nothing stood out to me as improved or different. They felt very similar in the way that they played and looked. Both are a heavy downgrade from the original game for this system. So Gravity Labs did recently receive an update for improved visuals on the Oculus Quest 2, so I wanted to check this one out. This is a puzzle game, it's much more slower paced, so I wanted to see how does this hold up. But the game has a very noticeable difference, which is if you look at all the metallic objects in Quest 1, they're very matte and grey. If you look at it on Quest 2, they are glistening like a freshly waxed car. So that's it from me today, guys. Thanks for watching to the end of the video. Coming to check out what the differences are between Quest 2 and Quest 1 in games that have actual graphical improvements specifically for the Quest 2 and those that do not. The Quest 2 is actually... it looks great inside that headset. When you put it on, that higher resolution makes all the difference. That screen door effect is so minimal in the new Quest compared to the first one. It's giving new life to existing games and I am loving it. So please subscribe to the channel, join the giveaway. Thanks to my patrons, you absolute legends, and happy gaming, guys. Good day.